I realized this fits in with Brendan's song about rich fantasy lives.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you did.
Sad face. It happened.
So there was a man who perhaps did not have a rich fantasy life, for he had no appreciation whatsoever for the arts, especially the performing arts. Avoided them wherever possible, tolerated them just barely when he had to. And his wife kept trying, time after time, come hear this musical performance, come go see these musicians, hear the singers, see this play. Nothing doing. He refused right and left to go to these things. Finally, she said, there is a storyteller coming to town. And he's going to be spending several days telling the great saga, the Ramayana. And it is an obligation that we must spend some time participating in this for the benefit of our social standing, if nothing else, but mostly because it's going to make me happy. And you want me to be happy, don't you?
Yes, dear.
Yes, pretty much. He looked at her and he said, I guess we can see this play. I'm going to see this storyteller. Well, the time came for the first night's rendition of the first part of the story. And he's getting himself dressed for the occasion, and his wife comes to him and says, I'm sorry. The kids seem to be catching something. I need to stay home. But you go, so you can tell me when you get back how it went. Oh, all right. And he goes to the town square. People are finding places to sit down, leaving some space for the storyteller on one side. And he looks around. He's like, what can I do? This is going to be such a waste of time. And he sees there's some bushes along one side of the square. Perfect. He goes over there, and once the lights die down and people are settling in and the storyteller's about to start, the man lies down behind the bushes and goes to sleep. Now, when the storyteller finished for that portion of the song, for that portion of the story for that night, everybody started rustling around, getting up and getting ready to leave themselves. And this woke the man up, and he got up and he stretched a little bit, and he felt great. He hadn't slept this well in ages, so he made his way home, and his wife said, well, how was the story? And he said, oh, it was sweet. And he went on in, prepared for bed. She kind of looked a little quizzically at him, decided to let it go, and looked forward to the next night. Well, next night came along, and she said to her husband, I still can't go. The kids are definitely sick, and I don't want to leave them with anybody, so it's up to you again tonight. So he went to the town square, and he went over to those bushes that had been so handy the night before. And he sat down beside them and waited for the lights to go down. And when they did, he curled himself up and prepared to get a nice nap in. But a little boy, toddler probably, from one of the other families, had seen him. And this little boy wasn't that entertained. And boy, that looked like a neat idea. So he went over behind the bushes, and he got on top of the guy, and he fell asleep. So when everybody started bustling around, the little boy woke up, and the man woke up, and the little boy ran off to his family, and the man got up, and oh, this wasn't anything like the night before. And he made his way home, and his wife said, well, how was the story tonight? And he says, it was heavy. And he'd go, I gotta go to bed. So the next night, wife comes to us, she says, the kids are doing better, but I still don't want to leave them alone. Go on back. So he went to the square, and he went to the bushes. And he laid down after looking to make sure there were no kids nearby. And the lights went down, and the story began. And while this was occurring, a dog came into the square and did to the bushes what dogs have been doing to bushes for a very long time. and went on its way. And when this crowd began to move and the man woke up, he was not in the best of moods, and he was a little puzzled, and he walked home, and his wife said, well, how's the story? And he went, salty. So the next night, don't look at your face. The next night, his wife said, the kids are great. I've called for someone to keep an eye on them. We're going to the story, the final portion of the story together. Now, I will explain here, the Ramayana is a story I will summarize as Prince Rama trying to rescue his kidnapped wife from an island, a vicious, evil island king. And Rama has pulled in all kinds of allies for this attempt. One of them being Hanuman, who is a half monkey, half wind god. Circumstances beyond my immediate explanation. But he makes a great sidekick, and he's loyal. And he has a few special abilities that make his job easier. So going on, the man and his wife, she leads him right up to the front row, sets him down right there, no hiding anywhere. And the storyteller begins. And the man listens, first grudgingly, but then more attentively. And after a while, they get to a portion of the story where Rama is going to send Hanuman out to infiltrate the island and let Rama's wife, Sita, know that a rescue is being planned. And and Rama's going to hand Hanuman a signet ring to show that this is Hanuman's been authorized here. He's real. He's not an agent of the enemy. And unfortunately, reaching out over from a boat to Hanuman, who is apparently hovering nearby, Rama drops the ring, and Hanuman misses it. And the man stands up from the row and says, I'll get it! And he dives into the ocean, he dives down, swims down, he grabs the ring, swims it back up, hands it to Hanuman, then sits back in his place, wet with seawater and a bit aghast. Now he had a story to tell for the rest of his life. Stories are special.